La noche se acabó, pero tengo otra vez contigo. Le doy gracias a Dios, siempre pasándolo contigo en la playa, devorarte como el sol de la mañana, viajando todo el día sin drama, solo tú y yo. Un día bonito lleno de alcohol, tomar un shot para ti, un shot para mí, un shot. Un día bonito lleno de alcohol, tomar un shot para ti, un shot para mí, un shot. Siempre lo pasamos bien lindo, lindo. Un verano contigo lindo, lindo. Ey. Me fui de vacaciones, baby, me perdí, buscando el sabor que encontré en ti. Canela con dolor de Bacardi, lo sentí, baby, me tiene desenfocado, viendo doble, bien borracho, demasiado jodido contigo. Pasándolo contigo en la playa, devorarte como el sol de la mañana, viajando todo el día sin drama, tú y yo. Un día bonito lleno de alcohol, tomar un shot para ti, un shot para mí, un shot. Un día bonito lleno de alcohol, tomar un shot para ti, un shot para mí, un shot. Un día bonito, bonito, un día bonito, bonito. Pasándolo contigo en la playa, devorarte como el sol de la mañana, viajando todo el día sin drama, solo tú y yo. Un día bonito lleno de alcohol, tomar un shot para ti, un shot para mí, un shot. Un día bonito lleno de alcohol, tomar un shot para ti, un shot para mí, un shot. Un día bonito lleno de alcohol, tomar un shot para ti, un shot para mí, un shot.
Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Hope you all had a great weekend. Hope you are all doing really, really well. Tony, you're loving the song. I'm glad you love the song. I'm glad the song is back, even though it's costing me a whole $15 a month just to have this song. Because Epidemic Sound aren't cheap like that, and they get more and more expensive every single year, but it's worth it for the song. That $15 is worth it for the song. We can have a sing song and a dance before the podcast starts. Hi to all the mods. Thank you so much, Church Nelly, for posting the links as always. Thank you for being patient with me. I got so busy today, and then I was like, it's time to get on the podcast. And I haven't even eaten dinner. Like, this day just flew by. Okay, let's get to it, because a couple things to get through. It is Confessions of a Female Founder, Eve. Please do not forget that Meghan's podcast premieres tomorrow. They've been a little bit more low key with the podcast this time. I guess there's just so much happening that, and the announcement itself, or any announcement that Meghan does, causes a whole media furor. So it's like I guess they already did the PR on her behalf, as they always do. So yeah, we haven't seen the billboards in, Times Square. We only had the one trailer. I don't even think I've seen any articles in the Daily Fail trying to guess who the voices are. So these are the fact that people speaking aren't anyone who's instantly recognizable is quite interesting. But maybe that also means that these are women that have smaller to medium-sized businesses, up and coming brands. Maybe not. I think a lot of people were guessing that it would be like really big female CEOs, or people that run like really, really big companies. And maybe there might be, but I don't think it would be nice to actually hear from women running smaller businesses, because they face very unique challenges in comparison to people running very big businesses. So I guess we will see. I'm very, very, very excited. And I'm sure it will be women from, a range of different businesses. Hi, Lulu from Down Under. Okay, let's get on with it. First thing. Actually, the first thing was talking about the podcast, but I've covered that. Also, our friend Ava, she did the third video in her series. Ava from Become That Girl Society, who's been doing a great job. Thank you, everyone who has gone over and subscribed and watched her videos and have been supporting. Please continue to. This was actually a very, very good video because it touched upon something like very, very recent, and I think that's been going on with the chat around Meghan's show on Netflix, and the issue of authenticity and why people seem to automatically paint her as fake. And a huge part of it is just because of the way the media have painted her, and people are stupid and believe everything they read in the media. And also just because of their own biases. Instead of questioning why they feel that a woman of color cannot fit in, has to fit into their stereotype, they project their own judgments and biases onto Meghan, because they don't believe that women of color, that Black women can, live a soft life and be dainty and girly and sweet. I think also a lot of them taking race out of it. I think a lot of people are just goddamn miserable, and they can't imagine that anybody could really be that nice and just down to earth and just live with joy. I think it's actually a reflection of their own misery. And I think this is as Alva does with all of her videos, she does a really good job of kind of framing it in ways in which you deal with things like this in your everyday life. And I think this one of all of them, I think, is actually a message that everybody can relate to, of having to deal with something like this in your day-to-day life. So definitely go and check out that video and her channel. Please continue to subscribe. All right, next thing. I don't know if I shared this actually. This is pretty cool. Mrs. Biles. I think Simone Biles had something like 12 million followers or something on Instagram. She did the Meghan pasta. By the way, I haven't actually made the pasta yet, but the last few times I have different pasta dishes that I make, like tomato prawns. I also have this chicken pesto pasta, and I usually put the rocket, the greens and salads on the side. I never actually throw the greens into the pasta, and I've been doing that and I've been loving it. So that's something that I picked up on from the show. And Mrs. Biles apparently loves it as well. Great promotion of the show. A lot of big food accounts actually have been reposting Meghan's recipes. A lot of big food bloggers have been, redoing the recipes and saying, "Oh, this is inspired by Meghan," calling it the Meghan Markle, pasta, Meghan pasta, the Duchess Meghan cake, people making their own versions, and every single day I still see people tweeting, "Oh, I watched the show today for the first time. I finally got round to watching it." So just the reach of this has gone far beyond the squad. Don't allow them to make you think that, oh, it's just like our, little crew and we live in our little bubble. Like, people have really been loving the show and excited about what Meghan's putting out, and the reach is wide. And those of us that didn't get our hands on the first stock, we're all asking when restocking international shipping, when. I know these things do take time, but I'm hoping international shipping will come by the holiday season. Like, I feel like that's enough time to get distributors. I mean, I don't know what the lead times are for food products, but I know at least with fashion, it's like 6 to 8 weeks. So if we're assuming like 6 to 8 weeks for a restock, and then time to get the shipping and distribution and warehousing sorted out. I don't know if any of this tariff nonsense is going to affect, the price of goods like this, price of manufacturing or whatever. Hopefully it won't. But I do think by Christmas time, surely we should have international shipping. And surely they'd want to take advantage of the shopping season. This picture, by the way, is from the As Ever press kit. I saw it floating around and I was like, did Meghan post this on her Instagram? Like, where is this from? Apparently it's from the press kit. I don't know if that's Guy or Mia. Right, let's get your comments and then we will move it along. Faye, I believe one of the voices is Khloe Kardashian. Has Khloe had a successful business? What would Khloe Kardashian be talking about? I mean, Kim's Skims has actually done really well. So most successful. Kylie Cosmetics was successful for a hot minute. It's kind of tanking now. But most of the Kardashian ventures have actually been flops. But listen, the devil works hard, but Kris Jenner works harder. So, mate, I don't know. You could be right. I just don't know what thing that Khloe Kardashian specifically has done that's been hugely successful. I feel like Kim's been more successful. In fact, I'm pretty sure that one of the yes, actually, now that you said Khloe Kardashian, I am so sure that one of the voices was actually Kim, not Khloe. Anyway, I guess we'll see tomorrow. I guess we will see tomorrow. Very exciting. All right, next thing. People's As Ever packages have been arriving and we're getting our first proper look. This is the packaging, all nicely wrapped up. On the tea, I've been making a soothing tincture of lemon and ginger for many years. This beautiful tea blend simplifies the process so you can enjoy it fuss-free. Just add water and savor it anytime, as ever Meghan's. So real attention to detail on all of the branding. Beautiful. I absolutely love the branding. I think that it was just a blessing actually that RO didn't work out. And As Ever is it's just perfect. It's absolutely perfect. And Meghan adding her signature literally all over the brand. I actually looked this up. It's not possible to copyright a font, but I think she should actually put a font out. Call it As Ever, the As Ever font. You just can't copyright it, unfortunately. Khloe has Good America. Her jeans and tailor blazers are really nice and very popular. Oh, that's so interesting that you say that, actually, because first of all, thank you for informing me of that. And now it also makes sense why maybe this lady got a package. This Emma Grade, who works for Good America. She's got that in her in her bio. So I don't know if this is if she's some kind of marketing executive or investor, but she works with Good America, Skims, which are both Kardashian brands. Also, she also works with Baby to Baby, which Meghan has been linked to. And she actually got a package, this lady, this Emma lady. So thank you for that, Kat Harlem. Maybe it is actually Khloe Kardashian. Maybe you're right. Whoever said that. Quite an interesting selection of people have been receiving packages, different executives, influencers. There's one girl, I forget her name, but her family owns a ranch and a winery. She actually sent Meghan a package back. The marketing team are doing their job. Like, this is any top level brand, this is how they operate. PR packages, nicely done. I'm sure there'll be, more lifestyle influencers, food influencers of, who do YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever, they'll be getting these packages as well. I'm absolutely loving watching this all unfold from a marketing perspective. Also, Emma is co-owner of Good America. Thank you, guys. Y'all know more about these brands than I do. Appreciate it. So maybe that person who said that was right. Maybe it is Khloe Kardashian. That would be interesting. Okay. Let's move on to... Oh, and also Heart Mom, one of Meghan's besties. She posted, she got her package too. I love how Meghan's friends are all supporting her. Mindy Kaling got her package. There was this lady who's apparently a long-time follower of Meghan's. She made her whole brunch set with the teas, the crepes, and I'm guessing she got the jam and she put the jam on something. The bacon brings the boys to the yard. Gorgeous. This is Marielle Savida. She said, this weekend's brunch is inspired by the delightful raspberry spread, teas, and crepe mix from As Ever. I was so happy to get a hold of these currently sold out products. I immediately need another restock because I'm making these raspberry crepes as frequent afternoon bites. Well done, As Ever Official and Meghan, for the launch of this delightful brand. Very seamless customer experience too. Beautiful and user-friendly online site, fast delivery, gorgeous packaging, and tasty, tasty treats. I can't wait till the next release. Amazing. And also, there were some people who had items in their basket, ordered the items, the order went through, and then bounced back because they were sold out. And they actually received emails saying that they would get packages next time and they wouldn't even have to order. So well done for Meghan's team for correcting that little glitch for people who thought that they'd gotten an item and weren't able to this time and they've been promised an item next time. Very good customer service. All right, I will take a quick skim through products and then we will get on to the next thing. And oh, how could I forget? Before we get on to the next one, before we get on to the meat and bones of the podcast, Bethany Frankle, how you doing? How you doing, Bethany Frankle? Not great. Somebody posted this. Sage Knows All on Twitter. She said, I'm grocery shopping at Walmart right now, and I'm in the salad dressing aisle. This is how untouched Bethany Frankle's Skinny Girl dressings are. It's rose deep untouched. All other dressings are picked over except hers. When we tell you those who are doing less or have less than Meghan are her biggest haters, this is what we mean. Instead of Beth wanting to advise Meghan, she should figure out why her product isn't moving off the shelves, because Meghan has zero problem moving product. Indeed. Indeed. I don't know when Bethany actually started this brand. I've got to assume it wasn't recently, because skinny girl salad dressing. That is so 20, no, not even 2010s, like early 2000s tabloid culture kind of name for a brand. Like, you wouldn't name your brand that now. I'm surprised they wouldn't even rebrand. And now all of her salad dressings, like, what's that? Is that like four, how many flavors? One, two, three, four, maybe like three or four flavors. Nobody's touched them. And this woman wants to advise Meghan. She did a whole Instagram rant on how she wants to advise Meghan. Girl, you need to be advising your own marketing team how to get your stuff off the shelves. Hilarious. Always Meghan's biggest haters want to be saying the most. Meghan absolutely does not need your help. No, she does not. Dearie me. See what y'all are saying. Did Trevor post in the UK song that powerful forces were out to delete Harry? Okay, I haven't seen that, but I feel like that's a sentiment that's been put out there before by other people. I haven't specifically seen that. Paula, you're ordering everything on Meghan's website. As soon as there's a restock, absolutely we will. Akela family owns a ranch. Talk about a black woman living her soft life. I love her postings. Yeah. And this is another thing. There was something that I think Lightside actually sent this to me. Lightside, do you want to come up if you're not busy? If not, that's fine. But there was something Lightside actually sent to me. And it was a criticism of Meghan. It was one of these stupid articles that was like, internet people online, and you know how internet people is always just like one or two people, but they pick up on it just to make a story. Internet people online are criticizing Meghan because her stuff is so expensive and that's out of touch for black women who traditionally buy cast iron instead. And I'm just thinking, first of all, there are plenty of black women who live in luxury who are wealthy, or aren't necessarily wealthy but wouldn't mind investing in good cookware that's going to last for a long time. Good cookware is a good investment. And your way of taking a dig at Meghan is to basically insult black women. People from all racial groups come from all types of, economic backgrounds. And clearly, even people who aren't wealthy, working class, have found joy in Meghan's show. I've been posting almost every day on my Instagram people who live very normal lives, incorporating joy and soft life into their life. I think it just makes some people very, very uncomfortable to see black women living that soft life. And Meghan seems to have just sparked. I mean, this is something that I think a certain space, black women space online, has been talking about, this idea of black women, burning the cape and being in our soft energy. That it's a conversation that's been happening in certain spaces online for a long time, but for some reason Meghan's show, and perhaps the climate that we're in, has just like lit the fire, and it's gone beyond just a trend now. Like, it seems to actually be a movement, which is fantastic. Oh, Lightside popped in. Electra, you said I tried that dressing, it was awful. S, you said I tried Skinny Girl cocktails a few years ago. My innards are still recovering from the bitterness. What? Oh my god. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, Lightside, do you want to?
Hey, Anne. Hi,
Hey.
everyone. Oh my gosh. I see that some of our squatties got some
Yeah.
surprises in the mail.
Have yours arrived?
No, you know what? I don't know who I saw. I think I responded to two people that I went back and was looking through the chat, and I checked my delivery, and it's not gonna be here until Thursday.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, I'll try to do an unboxing. So, look, Anne has been trying to get me out of my little Delulu mental stage because I swear top down that I'm hoping I get one of those little wooden boxes.
Mhm.
Um
I think they're the PR yeah, I think they're the PR boxes.
I know, I think they're for the special folks. I don't think they're
Yeah.
for regular
But there's
shipment,
not
but
I think that she might actually do them as, like, speciality boxes, like gift boxes.
I hope so. Yeah.
I think that would be great.
You know what though? You said something earlier. I was listening before I ran off to get my headphones. I think I was thinking the same thing as you. I think she should be able to patent her font style. Why not? Why not call it either as ever or the Megan font? I mean, why not?
I don't
You
think
know?
you can actually patent a font, though. I don't think you can legally do that.
Hmm. I don't know. I would love to use it. Can you guys imagine writing like nice poetry or like journaling in that type font? It just really
So
gives very. Can you imagine journaling or writing poetry in that type font,
yeah,
in the Megan type font? That would be, yeah,
that would
I
be
love it.
pretty awesome. On
Yeah, so one of the
stationery.
stationery. I mean, you could just type it up and print it out on nice stationery, and it would look nice. But um, I saw someone say like it's really classy and very well put together in the chat. It's so true. Um,
Mm,
she put a lot of care in this, and I think there's so much thought that she put into the label. It's so much work.
yeah.
So much work went into
Mm.
putting all that together. And I don't know. Okay, so I'm like a little weird, like with focusing in on little cute things, and I am in love with the
Oh, outside. I think she went. I think she was mentioning the. You back?
my headset just like muted me.
Oh, okay. Go on.
Sorry about that. I am a little I'm
Oh, it's muted you again. Okay, maybe we'll give Lightside a moment to sort out her headset. Rahini? Rahini, do you want to say something? Okay, maybe Mina. We'll have Mina come up. I don't know where Rahini is. Mina, you there?
Oh yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. How you doing?
Doing okay. How are you? I figured I'll come up real quick before I have to go to my book club.
No. Oh, you got a book club. Sounds cool.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, again, I'm very happy for Megan with her business with As Ever. I can't wait to get my stuff. It comes this Friday. Hopefully
Oh,
it
you
comes to me, but
ordered? What did you manage to get?
okay. I only got the shortbread cookie mix and the peppermint tea. Hopefully it's good because I ain't never had peppermint tea before. Um, I would have tried the hibiscus tea, but that had got sold out, so I was lucky to at least get that peppermint tea. So hopefully it turns
Mhm.
out good. Um,
Nice.
also looking forward to her podcast tomorrow. I literally forgot that it was tomorrow. I don't know why I was thinking
Mm.
it was today.
Time's
Yeah,
moving.
yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. Um, I'm just really happy for her.
Yeah. And just feel you almost feel like we never thought we'd get to this moment, right?
Um, sort of in a way, but
Oh, is Mina gone or is that my internet? Can you all still hear her? Or has she okay. I think Mina's gone, so maybe we'll try again later. But thank you so much, Mina. I saw Arbina. Is this the same Arbina who I speak to on Instagram? Do you want to come up? Rahini, we'll have you up while
Hi.
people try to figure out their sounds. Go on.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go right ahead.
Yeah, hi. She really needs to bring that international ship in because I want the teas.
Yeah, we
I
all want the
definitely
tea.
want the teas. Um, but there is a lot of truth to what you said about the people having issues with a woman of color because there has always been um frustration and anger with seeing women of the African diaspora, not just women of color, specifically women of the African diaspora, thrive in spaces of luxury and sophistication and exude that and be able to maneuver and function well within those spaces and project that because when they think of, women of the African diaspora, we should be in a perpetual state of struggle
Yeah, struggle,
and stress,
poverty. Yeah, stress.
right?
Yeah,
And hard, the old mommy trope that just there
yeah,
for everybody struggling. And the truth is, I'm not even sure if that was ever 100% true because if we go all the way back to our African history, we had kings and queens and
yeah.
noble
Of course.
people in our societies, and and there was always a group of black women that were the trendsetters. Do you know what I mean? Even if you go through modern fashion, it's led by fashionable, stylish black women. Just go on the from the Naomi walk on the runway. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's trying to emulate her walk and her spin. It's us. So they don't mind seeing um our, how to put it, they don't mind seeing our shine, just not on us. Do you know what I
Mm.
mean? They don't
Or it
mind
has
it
to,
when it's our hair.
or it has to be very limited. So it's like it can only be Naomi, or it can only be a
Exactly.
certain select. It can't be. You can't be more wider
Hmm.
reaching the way Meghan has seemingly just made it like almost given more women permission to step into that.
Exactly. And that is what, I think Meghan coming out with as ever right now, particularly in the United States, with, black American women saying, hey folks, my cape is in the wash. So I can't
Yeah,
come and help you right now. So it
or
in
on
a way has
sabbatical.
given black women in America permission to say, you know what, I'm going to create my charcuterie boards and I'm going to sit back. I'm going to sit this one out. I
Yeah,
am tending my gardens and taking care of my children and doing my hair and looking cute. I'm going to do that, and I'm not going to feel bad about wanting nice things, about wanting luxury. I'm not going to do that whatsoever. And she has given them permission in many ways to do it and to feel good about doing it because the thing is, the listen, black women been cooking for the family. Black women been, you know, decorating and stuff. I was telling Karen, I said, as Caribbean women, ask them about what happens around Christmas when mommy decide for her curtains and she puts in away the house. Like it's all hands on deck and the house is this masterpiece. I've been watching these Instagram, looks about Christmas. I'm like, you
yeah,
haven't seen anything yet. Like, come on. And we didn't have much, but we knew how to ball on a budget, right? Do you
yeah,
understand? We knew how to floor arrange and all these things. And these were stuff that we were taught. Like I crochet. I was taught that by my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? So this has always been us, but that was not the image that was
That was
allowed to be
pushed.
shown
Yeah.
about us. We were
Yeah.
supposed to be seen as the struggle lady, the lady that always fighting, the lady that would put her body between everybody and danger. And now you have, Megan doing this. It's frustrating for them because it doesn't fit the narrative.
The
And
narrative.
another thing
Indeed.
about her being a nice person,
Mhm.
you are so correct when you say people who have sad lives have trouble recognizing nice people. They have
Yes.
trouble, and it irks their spirit. It irks their spirit. I had a coworker who was incredibly happy all the time and upbeat. And I'm not lying, it used to annoy me. It used to annoy me. I'm like, what is wrong with you? And
Yeah.
and and me and her used to, I'm like, oh God, stop, listen. And she'd come and she's like, good morning, Rahini. And I'm like, there is nothing good about the morning. Leave me alone. And then
Yeah.
somebody started me and said, Rahini, all she did is want to be a friend. Like, why are you so standoffish? And then I had to be honest, and I said, I really hated this job. So every time I walked in the building, I felt sick, I felt upset. And
Mm.
she just triggered me. No, and that wasn't her
Because of her
fault.
joy. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
of
You
her.
were
And
projecting.
the thing is, we were all in the same boat, The company wasn't treating anybody good. But she was able to maneuver through that and still
Yeah.
find joy in her life and still find she made the choice to be
Yes.
kind and happy. And
Yeah.
I was just dealing with my crappy feelings and being horrible to her for no reason. But it really
Well,
is true.
Well,
It really is true.
first and foremost, I commend you for actually recognizing that, and I think that there's something when you are an unbothered person, your unbotheredness can bother other people because they just don't understand like where your joy and your happiness and your feeling of it may not even actually be happiness. For all we know, that woman could have been going through all sorts of crap in her life, but it's just when you are able to find your center even in the shittiest situations, um maybe for
And
other people.
contentment is
Yes.
powerful. It
Yes.
is powerful when you are content and you said, okay, listen, this is my no, but yes, it is bad,
Yeah.
but it's
It's
also
not my
good. And I
forever.
could see that good. Yeah,
Yes,
it's
it's my now, but
powerful.
it's not forever. It indeed. All right, thank you so much, Rahini, for that. Don't forget to support Squatty Hooks, folks. Okay, Lights, are you back?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, fantastic. Okay, just in, just in time. Got your sound back just in time for the main story.
That was so weird. That was so weird that I got clipped out.
Yeah.
No, yes. So before you jump into the mean story, I just want to answer something really quickly. You mentioned something about and to follow up with what Rahini said too, with the criticism about Black women having, I want to say, having nice things. Um, and it goes back to one of your prior podcasts when you were talking about, I think you had mentioned something about a New York Times, right? The
Mhm.
article.
Mhm.
And Le Croissant, I'm not a French speaker, so I apologize if I butcher that. Le Croissant, like, is a cast iron cookware. They have stoneware as well. It's a series of different things, and it is an OG in like just having dishware, right?
Mhm.
I think maybe our grandmothers or older generations probably had it, but this is good hardcore, like die hard, I want to pass this down to the next generation type of cookware. It lasts very long, so it's expensive because it's durable, and you could do stovetop and you can put it in the oven. Now it's expensive.
Mm.
Why is it so surprising to see, and why would New York Times even,
Yeah.
people say like New York Times didn't, I saw someone say the New York Times didn't say that Black women couldn't afford this. They didn't, but they reference Black women. Why not just say women in general? Right? Because
Yeah, or
women
like
are in the
working
kitchen,
class women, poorer
working class
women.
women. Right.
Yeah.
And I think that I we have had nice things. We work hard for nice things. it's expensive, it's durable. The fact that you have nice things in the same sentence as black women shouldn't be a strange concept for you to think about. And it's not, I saw it, and when I read that piece, I saw it not just like as a dig towards women of color or black women. Um, I saw it almost as an underhanded, like, slap in the face at Megan as well. Because
Mm,
you think about it this way. On one hand, we have seen her in the most classiest way. She's a trendsetter fashion-wise and everything else. She's always been very well put together, uses like very neutral tones and almost plainer looking attire, but very classy and clean and just like, like I don't, it's hard to find a fault with like how she pieces her stuff together, right?
mm,
So for somebody who carries herself like that, who embodies that kind of class, and is articulate and is happy seeming in public, um why would you even consider even mentioning something about as affordability with Megan in the same sentence? Are you saying that she's too bougie or too nose up in the air to be associating or like to connect with people of regular incomes, or are you saying that even she should not have access to that? And I don't remember watching any other cooking shows where the topic of conversation for these chefs, whether it's Martha Stewart or Rachel Ray or whatever,
yeah,
has been, oh, look at the cookware they're using. Oh, that's expensive. Oh, that's, I don't know if people are gonna really
yeah,
associate with that. Like, I mean, like, what are your thoughts on that?
yeah. I mean, it's a great point. Martha Stewart became, the biggest person in this space, and you never heard anything like that, especially to the level that you're hearing it now. Not that Martha Stewart didn't receive criticism, but it wasn't that kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that kind of like nose up in the air, who does she think she is kind of criticism that
Yeah.
you know we're getting with Meghan.
Right. And one other thing, we've always deserved nice things. We don't need to do anything to prove that we deserve nice things. I just want to put that out there. Okay. And Megan brought this brand to the forefront. We all know that everything that this woman touches turns to gold. I do not understand it. I'm happy for her. She has a kind of touch that very few people I've seen, even celebrities who try to come out with brands, have. She just has something.
Mm.
And it's maybe not for us to understand, but there were black women.
Oh gosh, okay. Light side seems to have cut off again, so I'm just gonna quickly go to Abena. Abena, have you got your earphones now, or
Can
just
you hear
something?
me?
Yeah, I can hear you very clearly. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. This is my first time catching the live like this, so that's amazing.
Abena, by the way, does amazing Instagram
Yeah, I
videos.
know.
So go, and if
I'm
you
a
want to post
comic.
your Insta in the chat, hun, feel free to post.
I'm funny. Hi,
You, she is
Scotties. I hope
she is
everyone is fine.
hilarious. She's absolutely hilarious. What do you have to say?
Oh, it's just sad that I couldn't get anything because at the time it was
Ah,
released, I couldn't get anything in time.
mm,
But you see, one of the things that I've realized about Megan is you cannot create someone like her. You're born to shine like that.
mm,
And the hate she gets stems from the fact that you marry, first of all, she's a divorcee, marries a prince, and the prince leaves his family. And that's not just any
oh dear. Okay, us. The sound does not want us to be great, so I guess we're just gonna. Abena, maybe we can. Can we try again? Yeah, sound doesn't want us to be great, so we will. I will get you to maybe come back on later. So let's just go to the main story. By the way, I'm just looking at Instagram, and Meghan is actually reposting like no everyday people getting their packages. Just like literally just everyday people with like just personal accounts on Instagram who have like 500 followers. So definitely, if you have got your package, make sure that you post it on your Instagram, and Meghan might repost it. And I just seen that Daniel got his package as well. Roy Troy got his package as well. So they're coming through the mail, folks. They are coming through the mail. All right, let's go on to the main story. Sophie Chandauka. I cannot wait to never say this woman's name again. But while we're here, let's make sure that her lies are exposed. So where we are now with this is the Charity Commission are now looking into this. I do believe that Harry and Prince Issa will probably have to sue this woman. I think it may go beyond the Charity Commission. She doesn't seem to be backing down, despite the fact that she's clearly in the corner. She's deleted her social media. I think she's now locked comments on her LinkedIn profile, because even the LinkedIn folks started to go in on her. Now, if the LinkedIn folks start to go in on you, then you know it's over. She has some of her associates have deleted their Instagram and social media as well. She has also been editing her wiki page, even though you can see the history. And now it's coming out that she could have lied about Meghan at that event. Mind you, her original criticism was ridiculous. Meghan is Harry's wife. She also helps to bring attention to his charitable causes. So why would you not want her there? And also, why would you not want or complain about her famous friends being there? Never heard anything so ridiculous, like a chairwoman complaining about people that are going to bring attention to her charity. And now I'm actually starting to believe, how far back does the sabotage go? Because this whole incident of them at the polo match, when they were posing for pictures, when this first happened, when this video first came out, it was written in the Daily Mail that Meghan was being pushy. Now, if you watch the video and you look at the pictures like this one, you can see everyone is literally making space for her to come into the middle, even though she's being very awkward and wanting to be on Harry's side. Everyone is literally making space for her, including the other lady. So I don't know how this narrative was spun that Meghan was being pushy, and now the entire Sentebale crisis started with Meghan. How have they managed to make a situation about a chairwoman basically partaking in what could be for the lawyers listening, embezzlement? How have they managed to make that about Meghan? They just had to try and make it about her. And here we are. And now it's coming out that it's Sophie herself tried to get Meghan to be there. So, in a headline, this is from Feminagra.com. Definitely go and check out this website. They've been writing some great stuff. In a headline making Sky News interview, Sophie Chandauka made serious claims about Prince Harry and Meghan Sussex at the polo match, the Sentebale polo match. Claims are now being called into question by sources, footage, and facts. Sophie told Sky News that Meghan's attendance at the April 2024 polo match in Florida came as a surprise and caused logistical problems for the event. She claimed Meghan had a very famous friend arrive unexpectedly and caused confusion on the stage. Mind you, Serena isn't even on the stage at this point. I don't know where Serena is at this event at this very point, where they're up on stage taking pictures, but Serena's not on the stage. So how does what happened up on stage have to do with Serena? She says, on the actual day, we had Prince Harry, which is always wonderful. The Duchess decided to attend, but she told us she wasn't attending, and she brought a friend, a very famous friend. So you can imagine all of the activity that goes with these additional amazing people. We're excited about it. We would have been really excited if we'd known ahead of time, but we didn't. And so the choreography went badly on stage because we had too many people on stage. The choreography went badly on stage because you decided to go to the other side of Harry. You stood there looking all awkward when everybody was making space for you in the middle. That's why the choreography was all over the place on stage. And how disorganized and unprofessional are you that you can't even just deal with a 10-second picture? You literally just had to stand there, have your picture taken, and come off on stage. And now you're complaining about the choreography was off? Clearly, you are not cut out to do this job, lady. If you cannot handle working with high-profile people, things happen last minute. So what if Meghan had showed up with Serena and Beyonce and Oprah, the whole crew? It's your job to be able to handle these things. That's just how it works. If you can't handle being in a chairwoman role where you may have to work with celebrities and high-profile people, sis, step aside. Give somebody else the job, because I don't see what you're complaining about. This is literally your job to handle things like this. Anyway, claim rating, disinformation, reality check, Sophie invited Meghan herself. Multiple sources claim that Chandauka personally invited Meghan to the polo event, though she later claimed the Duchess' attendance disrupted the stage choreography. Her own outreach contradicts that narrative. Sentebale staff were informed of Meghan's presence ahead of time. Even with under 24 hours notice, it wasn't a surprise. And you know what? Even if she did show up last minute, this is a woman that has constant security threats against her. So Meghan's safety has to be taken into account here. And the fact that Sophie doesn't even seem to recognize that, probably because she's got stars in her eyes, looking at Harry and having all types of stupid delusions in her mind. And oh, now here comes Harry's wife. I thought I was going to have Harry all day. I don't care what anybody wants to tell me. I think that she had a crush on him. Because none of this makes sense. None of this. I have never heard of anyone in the professional position that Sophie is in complaining about the things that Sophie's complaining about. Never heard anyone. In fact, to the contrary, people who get roles like she does literally live for this and the opportunity for things like this. Even with all the last minute craziness, it's just the nature of the game when you're working with high profile people. Girl, you should have stuck to the regular 9 to 5. Anyway, interestingly, one of the outlets that was reporting on this, one of the journalists was Royal Rotarat, Palmolive. I forget what his actual name is, but that's his nickname on the Sussex Squad streets. So this is someone who is a Royal Rotarat who is also saying that Sophie invited Meghan herself. And then, of course, there's the actual footage showing Meghan and the other woman politely gesturing to Sophie to stand in the center. Lightside, do you have anything to say?
Hopefully this works. I just restarted my thing. I honestly feel like, when you said that part about her saying that we didn't know she was coming, or she didn't let us know she was coming or whatever, that really bothered me. Because as a professional, and she claims she is, she should have been able to adapt very quickly. Even so, here's the thing. I don't roll with celebrities, but I imagine their personal assistants, um, and the people who are their right hand man, their publicists, is that what they call them? They have to be able to, at the whim, come up with a fix-all situation if something goes down. That's what makes them be able to keep their jobs in situations like this, because stuff is going to always come up. So your efficiency and adaptability in being able to jump into an unpredictable situation is a direct correlation with your value and how you are going to be able to be cohesive with the unit, right? What are you going to
Mhm.
bring to these individuals, Harry, Meghan, their brand, and contribute? Because you're now part of the team. For you to be included in the inner circle, that would that would require you to be able to be almost intuitive, right?
Yeah.
um to be able to anticipate certain things, and I just don't think she reacted or handled this very well at all. I'm being nice here because why are you complaining about this man's wife showing up, who's the other half of the whole image of everything that they do? It shouldn't even be. Why does she, I mean, is it just me? Why does it feel like there's something else behind how she said that? Like, oh,
Mm.
like I didn't know she was coming. Isn't that's a strange thing for me to digest.
Yeah,
And it doesn't.
and also there's a history of royal women who go to polo matches. It's literally a tradition. So even though we're not in necessarily a royal official royal setting here, this isn't an unusual thing. And the wives
No.
of polo players go to support them.
Yeah, and that, you know what, the old I don't know how that clipped video. Well, I mean, we know how it ended up on the we know how it ended up on the the internet. Because I also watched a polo match series, like we all did, but I did not remember that there's a whole other group of people on the other side, and other women. The women were dressed in, I want to say that's like an off-white kind of attire. It was probably like coordinated and appropriate for the polo match because they're usually dressed up a little bit for those situations. But it looked as though to me that the women, they wanted to center the women in the middle, right?
Mhm.
Like it was the men in the polo gear in their outfits were on the perimeter, and the women were centered in the middle, because the other woman that you can see in this
Yeah.
picture to the right, she was going in, and you see her like looking at Sophie and saying, "Oh, no, please, please," like that's what I'm thinking she's saying, because I don't think any of them are being rude up there. Like, please, by all means. And Megan is also doing that. And she's, Sophie's being a little obstinate. She's, wanting to go where she wants to go. And the internet makes it seems as though Megan is the one that's being pushy and telling her that you can't be next to my man and this is where you're going to go. You need to go over here. Because that's how they're translating it. You know, she made it more awkward than necessary. And
Mhm.
I think like her whole issue with the polar match, like why, I just like, it's mind blowing to me. What is this woman's end
Mhm.
game? Hi,
Yeah.
Lauren. Looks like Lauren is in the chat. Sorry, I just saw that pop up really quickly. Yeah, but what is her end game? Like, and like, to me it's
Yeah.
just, it's very strange. Like, we can't put our fingers on it, but something's not sitting right here. And the fact that she's not being called out as a liar
Mm.
is very telling, and I feel like more stuff is gonna come out. Um,
Yeah.
but what was she hiding, and what was her intention? Why was it so important for her to be shown next to Harry? And why was it such a big deal that his wife showed up? Did it throw off your plans of taking attention and maybe sticking next to Harry the whole time he was at the polo
Mm.
match? Was that the issue? I mean, what are we talking about? I'm not trying to be petty, but
I mean, Lex
seriously.
has made a very good point here that maybe she was hoping to, get the court of public opinion on her side, and it just haven't worked because her lies
Mm,
have just completely unraveled. And I don't even think that she really realized somehow what this would become, which is crazy given the profile of Harry and Meghan. I think maybe she's bought into the smear campaign herself, and she thought that the smear campaign would be enough to get her off the hook. But the smear campaign is not going to hide the money trail, and we know where the money goes, and that's going to speak for itself. If not with the charity commission, with the court of law.
mhm,
So
mhm.
in the end, I don't. I just think she, um, she
Miscalculated.
yeah, completely miscalculated. Like I keep saying, she bought that 2-for-1 audacity at Amazon, and
Mhm.
now reality is biting. And because the whole like you like, I'm struggling to find the words because it's just insane.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
crazy.
bring in this Ian Rowlandson, and then people who work at her other companies, and then all the maybe because she got away with some of the money stuff with her last charity, she thought she could do it again. I mean, she's been living in New York. New York isn't a cheap place to live. I think it's even more expensive than London, depending on
Where
where
she
you
is.
live.
Yeah.
So, how has she been funding her lifestyle? What else does she do?
Yeah.
So many questions.
Yeah. She seems like she's coming in playing checkers, and Harry and Meghan have like a whole board of chess like laid out. Like it just it I she almost seems like she's fighting against herself because she got herself in this mess by exposing all the dark dirty side to herself, right?
Yeah.
And we wouldn't have known about this had she not come out undermining this whole thing. And I think
Yeah.
what's really interesting is something I think that you posted or shared about with Harry's statement with wanting and waiting for the investigation to happen. To me,
Mm,
it sounds as if he sounds pretty sure about
mhm,
things that may have happened that should not have happened behind the scenes.
mhm.
He's
Yeah.
fine waiting for them to do their work and let the public know, is what it
Mhm,
looks like. And to anyone wondering why he's not probably said much, this is Meghan stuff is coming out. Meghan's
yeah.
podcast is
Yeah.
coming out, Meghan's brand's coming out. This is what a partnership and again being equally yoked look like. Knowing when to step back from the limelight and letting your partner shine, and understanding that as a whole, their brand is your brand and your brand is theirs, right? They're working together. So he gets this. He understands the media machine. He knows that if he were to put out a statement or have his lawyer put out a statement, this is going to distract from this whole other thing
Mhm.
that his wife has
Yeah.
worked so hard on.
Well, yeah. Of course. Of course. All right, Karen, you've thank you so much, Lightside. Karen, you've very patiently been waiting. You didn't get to speak last time, so I do want to give you a chance to speak. How are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you, and I appreciate this. Thank you so much. Oh my
No worries.
gosh.
Always a pleasure to have
Yes.
you. Go
Highlights,
for it. How are you
highlight
feeling?
side. Oh my gosh, highlight side. Hi, City. Hi, squaddies. This thing is bothering me so much. I've been sending you a lot of WhatsApp.
Yeah. Oh my God. Karen has been sending me essays on essay. I feel like I could write a book. Karen's WhatsApp messages. My
I've
gosh.
been sending it. I've been calling Rahini. We've had some conversations. I've been, I have, other squaddies call me. I say, okay, when I hear them call them, say, okay, you guys are ready for the intelligent chat. Okay, let's go. You know, so- oh my gosh. But this thing has got me, so, oh my gosh. Listen, first of all, just let me go to light side. I wanted to say the last time when you mentioned about um when she mentioned about the Sussex, what is it, Sussex PR engine, and
Mm,
you said that you think that she was talking about the Sussex squad. You're right, because that's exactly my thoughts at that time. Because if you're saying, Prince Harry and Meghan's PR, you would say Archwell, because that's where their PR is. So when she says the Sussex PR engine, you know exactly
mhm,
where that was coming from. Um, and Rahini had mentioned something about uh, for us as sponsors, because we do fundraising and we had sponsored, that particular organization as well too. If it's something that we can do to, get her to step down and call for her to step down and stuff. Yes, we can. And there was I think I sent a copy to Rahini, because there were something going around that I got in regards to that as well too. So yes, any sponsor, any donor, any sponsor, look at this, because it's their money. It's their money, and they can call for her to step down as well, to just like the sponsor that that left because of her. you can do that because it's your money. It's your hard-earned money, and you're putting money into this organization because it's something that you believe in as that has been presented to you, and that's why you put your money into it. So it's something that you can do. But I'm gonna go like from the just bear with me and yeah, from the beginning when it came out and the letter came out with from Prince Harry that both him and Prince Yeso had stepped down. I said, okay, fine. I was heartbroken from Sentebale. No, okay. And then we didn't know what happened. And then the statement came out from the chairperson, and I was like floored. I said I was floored. I was floored. I had to get on the phone call. I was floored. When I saw that statement, I'm saying to myself, these are fighting words. These are, oh my gosh, I could not believe it. And the first thing that came to mind, the first thing that I said, this is a takeover. That's the first thing that came to mind. This is a takeover. And I recognize it, a lot of things I would recognize because of the profession I'm in, the job I do and stuff like that. Being in finance, finance is like the engine of any company, any organization. So everything comes through you. Anything to do with an organization comes through you. So you can see the signs and see everything. So, and then it kept going on. And then as we go on, then the hostile takeover, you start to see the hostile takeover started to play out and play out and play out. And then we get to this interview. And the interview was so ridiculous. Okay, first of all, you start off with that interview. They ask you about Sentebale. Speak about Sentebale. What's the organization about? How the organization came about or anything. And as she's explaining that, okay, first of all, you're explaining it and how it came about and the founders, and you're basically playing down the importance of the founders, why they founded. And in that statement, she did not even mention it's in memory of their mother's, name. She did not even mention that. She played it down.
Prince Yeso once.
And didn't even mention Prince Yeso. That she just played it down like it's like not. I said, what is wrong with this woman? What is wrong with her? Okay. Then it moved on from there, and the way she's talking, about Prince Harry, it's like she has no it's like just sheer presumptuousness and have no respect for him, no respect for his statue, no respect for who he is. Okay, it's like he's beneath her and she's above. Okay, and this is their organization, and in anything she would not mention Prince Yeso. That was one part of it, and then bringing in Meghan inside of it. You are talking about him asking you coming out to tell that story. First, you coming out to tell that story. You did it purposely because you wanted to gaslight her. You wanted to invoke her name in this situation, okay? So that you can gaslight her. It's not about what went on the stage. It's not about any of that. And even if her husband, even if Prince Harry, who is the founder of that organization, who hired you, okay, ask you to put out a statement because of a situation that happened on the stage, and he know what would be the outcome of it, you do it. You do it. Okay? There's a situation, you're your chair. Okay? And the other thing, like I was saying that, she don't know what is going on with this woman and why she's behaving like it's because she is acting above her position. Okay, she is trying to be, she's just plenty everywhere. She is in photos and in places that she should not be in. You're the chair, you are the chair. This fundraising is Prince Harry's fundraising. It's not yours. You're the organizer. You're supposed to be behind scenes looking after that. Okay? If
Mhm.
something comes up, they're supposed to be coming to you. You're supposed to be able to switch at a flash. Okay? This is what it means when you see a posting for a job saying limited supervision, being adaptable, you know,
Yeah.
this is what it means. Okay? And you're in that position and all these accolades that you're coming out with. Okay? That's another thing she had in the first statement that she came out, listing all these accolades and then saying that, the people there, she's smarter than the people who are running Sentebale and stuff like that. You are putting down those people. That's what you're doing. Okay, you're putting them down and being disrespectful, to Prince Harry and thing, because yes, what is it? The first thing the tabloids do, oh, he didn't go to university and he didn't this, and they keep using that all the time, and all those words is what she coming out using. All of it is what and then on top of that, turning to weaponize his personal situation, because he left the royal family, so his name attached to the charity, is not good anymore and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
even though
Stuff,
the financials show absolute opposite.
exactly.
Okay, I wanna I did
It is
want to give
better.
YM Droid a chance
Mhm.
to speak, Karen, but I just wanted to
Yeah,
ask you before I let you
mhm,
go, like just
mhm.
your guess, where do you think this is going to end for Sophie?
She need to get down. She need to get out of there. She need to get out of there. And you know something? I think they should sue her. Okay? She should be sued by Meghan. She should be sued by Prince Harry. She should be sued by Prince Cecil, and she should be sued by the former trustees. Okay? They should sue her. Okay? They should sue her. She needs to get out of there. Okay, she's ridiculous. She should get out of there. There's no way with the job that she had and the position that she had. Okay, and on top of that, she's going on and behaving like if that. Listen, what she did was she acted with intention. She go in there with the intention of taking over and doing what she's doing, because the way she's speaking is like she owned that place. Okay, if you want to do, you're talking about, okay, you guys transitioning into health and wealth and climate change. If you look at Sentebale and how it was set up, okay, it was about health.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it was also about wealth, because they have a school that they make sure that the kids them are going to school to get the education, because they couldn't be in this, back then the other schools weren't taking them. So they make sure that they were educating them so they can be ready to, as they grow up, to, to obtain their own wealth and sustain their life. Okay.
And now
And
she's pretty
you talk,
much just taken that away from
yeah,
them. But
you're
thank you
talking
so much,
about climate change.
Karen.
Climate change. They were the food that they're eating. They were growing it, and that is a mountainous place. There's nothing about manufactories and all that stuff up there. So it was always, climate change was always in play. So all the three things that she's listed is what Sentebale was built on. So I don't know what she's trying to do. She's trying to move it from a non-profit to a profit organization. That's what she's trying to do.
That could have also
Anyway,
been part of it.
yeah. Anyway,
Right.
talk to you later. Bye. Sorry.
No worries. Thank you, Karen. YM Droid, how are you? What do you have to say? What do you have to say about Sophie got hammered in the head and that's how she's behaving right now?
Well, I feel like this is another chapter of As the Grift Turns, the new soap opera starring main character Sophie, Dr. Sophie, her doctorate from the same place as Dr. Pepper, apparently. Everything that comes out just makes her look worse and worse. And I want to know how delusional you have to be, even with somebody from William's camp encouraging it, to think that this is actually going to go over well.
Mhm.
There is nothing that has come out, and even from outlets that are traditionally very against Prince Harry and especially against Meghan, have even been able to say something in the milk isn't clean here, and look at her with suspicion. So I don't know how she expects any of this to stand up to scrutiny, because at the end of the day, despite her tossing out all the names and all of the tropes and all of the usual lines of BS that go along with, oh, they brought the Netflix camera. It's like, didn't you say that that would be a good thing? Roll that beautiful bean footage of her. Oh, yes, and we're going to have the Netflix cameras, and it's a wonderful opportunity. Oh, and yeah, and then Meghan just wanted it to be all about her. Roll that footage of her saying, "Oh yes," and we invited the Duchess of Sussex. Every single thing. It's like they used to do with the current occupant of the White House, where there was always a tweet of him contradicting himself. And you would just have to wait for a second for him to say something dumb. And then you would pull up a tweet where he would say, oh, this is a dumb move. And I guarantee you, if you go back, there's probably something saying, oh, yeah, tariffs across everybody would be a very stupid thing. And it's like, so why are you doing it? And I feel like Sophie is in the exact same spot where everything that she comes up with, there's literally a clip of her saying something to contradict it.
Yeah.
It's oh goodness. But so if it weren't negatively affecting the beneficiaries of Sentebale, then this would actually be amusing. It would be amusing to see just how poorly this smear attempt is going and how far she's taking it. And once they dig into it, especially all of the consultancy fees, which I have a feeling went to people who have no actual experience in charitable fundraising or doing anything that would provide a return in line with those fees. If they all happen, there's probably one check to a Sophie Chandauka. There's probably one to a Sophie or something. I wouldn't be surprised if there were, 6 different checks cut to. Let's find out what her middle name is. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But between her brother, between her friends, and find out what her middle name is, because I wouldn't be surprised if there was a check cut to, Sophie, whatever. Let's say it's Griftina, to Griftina Chandauka. All of this, just cutting checks left, right, and center to non-existing organizations, and then to have the nerve. Oh, well, it's all about Prince Harry, and Meghan wouldn't let me be the main character. So I'm going to talk about what happened to me. Why is nobody paying attention to me? Let me tell you about my story. It is, oh my goodness. Like, you would think for all of the money that she managed to grift off of these people, she would have been able to hire an acting coach or a writer. Some of those right-wing people have to be available. I mean, like, they're experts at spinning BS into mildly plausible lines of thinking, and she doesn't even have that going for her. I don't know, but again, I guess we're just going to have to wait for the next chapter of As the Grift Turns and see who comes up next. But if it's Sophie in a Party City wig who claims, my name is Sophie, don't be surprised.
Thank you so much. Why I enjoyed it. As you were talking, something actually just came to my mind, and I was just like, why would Meghan even need an invite from her? Like, why would she need? Was the whole thing about Sophie actually inviting her so that Sophie could find out whether or not Meghan herself was actually coming? Because why does Harry's wife need an invite from you?
That is, well, like I said, I'm starting to suspect that a lot of this is just Sophie being clinically, I need to be main character. Because that Meghan is going to bring attention, even if it's snarky headlines and the usual spin that they put on those things. That there are going to be more eyes on the charity, which, if your goal as the leader of the day-to-day operations is to raise money, is always going to be a good thing, which is exactly why they have those clips of her saying, oh yes, well, the Netflix cameras will bring it to a broader audience. And there's that. And then you also have her, oh yes, and Prince Harry found another venue. And so you're acknowledging basically all of the work that he's put in, all of the extra visibility that you're gaining from the Netflix cameras being there. Undoubtedly, Meghan rolls up with Serena Williams, who is certainly a draw, and I'm sure donated something on her own. So she's bringing in rich, famous donors to contribute money, to raise awareness, to bring more attention to this cause. And your complaint is, oh, well, I wasn't the main character, so obviously it's misogynoir and discrimination. What? Like, seriously, lady, just what? It is so somebody, like I said, she got her doctorate at the same place as Dr. Pepper, and I think that they put something extra in hers. There is something very not right about this lady, and her almost pathological need to be the main character in everything that's happening. You see that even when she is at the center or has the opportunity to be at the center. Oh, it's not enough because she has to be, with Prince Harry, and Prince Harry didn't acknowledge me properly, and all of this is because of Prince Harry. I hope that Prince Say-So is sitting back someplace with his own receipts that will be provided at the right time for his contribution. And if he was the one who told her, hey, look, lady, move out of the way, that would be even sweeter. But it's just, like I said, all of this just is such a terrible idea. From grifting off of a charity in the first place, changing its mission statement and totally excluding the founder's mission of doing something in honor of their mothers. And now it's about climate because AIDS, HIV is not really a thing anymore. What? This coming from the Dr. Pepper graduate of Trump University?
Insane behavior.
Uh,
Thank you so much, YM Droid. Lauren, do you want to just jump in off the back of that? I can see you laughing and kikiing in the comment section.
Yeah. I honestly, that was so well said. So I kind of don't have too much to add, but it is first of all, hello. It's good to hear from you. And
good to hear
hello
from
to
you
everyone
too.
as well who's been in the chat and in the live stream. Forgive me for like the most shallow thing, but I just love that Meghan is wearing a shirt from Rochelle Barron's The Shirt. Like that shirt
Oh,
is
which
amazing.
picture?
I think it's the one that you have up right now that was from the media kit.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes.
Like that shirt is awesome. It has a hidden placket so it doesn't bulge. So like if you're a little bustier, it like doesn't do that weird pocket thing, opening thing. It's really, really good. And I love that shirt and live in that shirt and I think I've even recorded something in that shirt. So I'm just saying like Meghan's taste is once again always on point.
Thank you for giving us the style tidbits.
No, it's really good. Like if you can access it, however you can access it, do it, because I do know that the bulging of the shirt is a thing, and that shirt solves that problem very elegantly. So go for it.
Lovely.
Yeah, you know what? It's weird to make the wife of a charity, like the patron of a charity, somehow the bad guy. Like that, none of it really tracks with common sense, even if it's just from the political like perspective of like you're just trying to keep your job. So it just seems like all of the decision making has been, I don't want to keep my job from this individual. And as a result, she, is, not going to be in that position. And I mean, Dr. Pepper University, I think that's quite, gosh, it's a zinger and I love it. I I don't know how you step into something and then like demonize. I just don't get it. It's the most illogical choice. And yeah, the whole anti-Netflix thing. Meanwhile, she wants Netflix. She wants to see kids, but she doesn't want the woman who birthed those kids there. It's a weird take. It's weird takes all around. And
Do you think that maybe, sorry to interrupt you, do you think that
no.
maybe some of the things that she said in the past, like for example that video, if
Mhm.
it would actually be very easy for her to even forget that she did that video, or maybe she thought that, because sometimes these backstage press stuff doesn't necessarily get published, so maybe she didn't even know that that had been published. It's just very grainy footage that's kind of been
Mhm.
flying around. I'd never seen that before.
Right.
So do you think maybe she didn't even think that some of this stuff would even come up?
I think she just talks. I think she's happy to have, I think at the time, she comes across as someone who loves to talk and to be seen and heard talking, and not with any real sense of, what narrative am I producing and how will this blow back on me and the people I'm connected to. She seems like someone who, and again, I don't know her, I can't diagnose her or anything, but she just seems like the kind of person who goes about like finding drama in her natural order of things, like just that kind of, oh my gosh, and then this happened and this happened. It's like you walked down the street and you got like something from the convenience store. I don't know how it turned into a saga, but do you, boo? That's the vibe she's giving. The people who
Yeah,
turn everything into the most dramatic,
yeah.
most ridiculous. So I mean, even to say
I've
like,
met these people.
right? And it's kind
Yeah.
of you, frankly, Anne, to even say, well, she didn't expect it. No, she knew where she was. She was ready for the spotlight. I mean, just even the effusives like, oh my gosh, and we'd love to see the kids, and we haven't like that. That's hamming it up.
Yeah.
That was her choice. It's just that she doesn't do long game. I even question if, she really, I know some people have a theory that she's a plant in a way.
Mm,
I don't think, I think opportunity strikes
mm,
where fools rush in for crafty people. So I think there are people who are like, this works for us because this woman is not smart. She talks a lot and she'll say whatever it is to, keep herself centered in the story, and we can use this. I really don't think she was contacted by anyone. I don't think it's that sophisticated or that layered. I think
mm.
she's just someone who is a busybody who likes to put herself in the story. This is an opinion, and as a result, she works well for the people who have reason, ridiculous reason, but have reason to say, oh, we want to stick it to the Sussexes. So
Mm.
that's
Do
what I think
you?
it is.
Those are all very good points. And it's interesting you mentioned maybe that this actually isn't a little bit more sophisticated in terms of, other people being involved. And a lot of people have dragged William into this because of the link with Ian Rowlinson, and it's it's interesting because so many people have rushed to link William because of the past behavior, and even now the way the royal family continues to go to this hate campaign towards Harry and Meghan, and it just speaks so much to how people feel about William and the other royals, that the immediate thought would go to, oh, they're involved in this, and they're involved in this and trying to sabotage Sentebale. And how do they now, even if they wanted to, try to distance themselves from this? Because a lot of people do actually think this is William basically trying to destroy his brother's charity.
I'm not saying that he's not trying to. I mean, obviously we don't know for sure, and so this is just conjecture on our part, but it's in Spare that there are underhanded things that were done to throw by William and company, to throw Harry and Meghan under the proverbial bus. And so it's there's nothing long shot about people coming to that conclusion. And I'm not saying that that's not true. I'm just saying that I don't think it was a pre-planned process. I think it's just, there's this concept. It's like, where people have these, like where the goals are aligned, a conspiracy is not necessary. Basically, it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh, you want to take them down for your reasons. I want to take them down for my reasons. Just the two of us going about our business, we start to see how, you know, your underhandedness aligns with my underhandedness, and therefore. So I just think it's, again, a great opportunity for people who have already been known to go after the Sussexes, potentially or allegedly. But it's yeah, I just don't think necessarily anyone was in anyone's pockets. I think we just have to remember that the circle that the Sussexes run in still has deep connections to the world Harry comes from. And so, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised that anyone from that original, you know, half of their life or marriage or whatever you want to call it, are still, you know, relevant to the British royal circle. But yeah, I don't necessarily think that there is. I just think, you know, sometimes a mouse wanders right in front of a snake, and the snake says, "Oh, that was great. I wasn't even aware I was hungry."
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's true. That is also true. I just wanted to. Thank you so
But that's
much.
also not to,
Lauren.
sorry, Anne, I don't mean to cut you off. That's not
Anyway,
to absolve anyone of culpability here, because
yeah.
clearly everyone is choosing the decisions they are choosing, and
Yeah.
that's messed up.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm not taking away like the, like, oh, this person is accountable for their choices. It's
Mhm.
just, I just don't think some people are sophisticated enough to have planned something so insidious. And the fact that one of them even said, yeah, in the end, I was the one who put this story out about you, according to Spare. Um, I don't feel they're that sophisticated, and I think they'd want to like be like, oh yeah, we were the ones who did it. I feel like, but I don't know. I mean, who wants to stab their sibling in the back? That's, I mean, you've got to have a unique personality to do that. So
Yeah. Stab them in the back or throw them into a dog bowl. Um. Thank you so much, Lauren.
thank you for having me.
No worries. All right, let's. I just want to say some thank yous, and then we'll start wrapping things up. Thank you so much to V. Thank you to Legs. Thank you to Elaine Parker. Thank you so much to Lydia, and thank you so much to Lightside for the PayPal. Girlie, you didn't have to do that. Thank you. Um, some comments. Okay, so T, you said, can the squaddies find out what happened in Sophie's previous jobs? I heard somewhere that she was let go under a year from her job. I think a lot more about her previous work is going to slowly come out. It is shocking to me that actually she was able to mismanage money at one of her previous enterprises as the co-founder, and nobody at Sentebale would have picked that up in a due diligence check. Not to blame anyone, not trying to blame anyone, but you know, a charity the size of Sentebale and the fact that that information was publicly available, I'm just surprised that it didn't get picked up. Not trying to blame anyone. Legs, you said at this point she's fighting for her career, but I don't know what she will do. Maybe GB News. No one will want her for their charity. She tarnished her career with all these lies. I think the moment she decided to do that Sky News interview, she was probably gunning for like a GB News type role or something like that. I think she was gunning to be like the next Candace Owens the moment she did that Sky News nonsense. But she maybe hasn't heard that apparently GB News hasn't even paid Angela Latrine for about 4 months, so not a good idea there. Fox News, I think Fox News is currently just too busy. I don't think she'd make the cut anyway. So I don't know what she's gonna do. Talk TV, is Talk TV still around? Or are they still on YouTube? The Daily Fail. I mean, they've got redundancies happening over there. Daily Express, I don't know if they're hiring. But maybe she could churn out some articles over there. I don't really know what her next step is. Because for sure, no charity of any integrity is going to hire her. Even some of the more right-leaning outlets and journalists are now calling her out. Where does she go next? Is the cartel hiring? I don't know. Debbie, you said it started. You're talking about Bethany Frankle's thing. It started as skinny girl margaritas and was hugely successful, but I thought she sold it for millions. She did it the first time when she was on Housewives. I mean, back then she was something on Housewives. So yeah, she probably made her money then, and she should just go away and enjoy her money. Keep Meghan out of your mouth. Cupcake, he said, I am mad at Prince C, so he is quiet like a mouse. Well, we don't really know what is going on behind the scenes. I wouldn't say that I'm mad at him. He's probably very devastated. Got to remember that he also started this in memory of his mother. He's probably just absolutely shocked. He's probably more shocked than Harry, just because I feel like Harry, he's had to play games like this for so long that I think he's probably absorbed it a lot better. But it's not something that Prince Iso is used to. So if he's quiet, he's probably just devastated. It's probably just, not best for him to say anything right now. They've, spoken through statements, and I think that's okay. He's not used to this rubbish like Prince Harry is. Foxy, you said Meghan was there hanging with friends that she probably hadn't seen in a while. Sophie was there working. Yeah. And Sophie was meant to be working. This wasn't your day out with the girlies. You're not part of the girly crew. I think she was trying to use this to get into Harry and Meghan's circle, and she forgot herself. She forgot what her role is. She forgot that she has a role. You're not a friend. Do we even know who the former chairperson is? That is a good question. We should look into that. I mean, everything was going well for this charity until this lady came in. Okay, I'm gonna put everybody back on stage, and then if you just want to, anybody wants to say some last words, like Said Rahini, YM?
Yeah, I just wanted to say very quickly, there is no way she is going to GB News. For one, Nana's unmoisturized wig will not stand for it. I'll give Sophie this, at least her braids are together. And if you've seen Nana's, the things that are laying up on Nana's head and chilling, dying, or doing whatever, they will, that will be a knockdown, drag out fight. They'll be like, nope, not at all. Because that Nana has been fighting to be that one black friend that everybody refers to when they say, oh, well, I can't be racist because I have a black friend, as they're proceeding to talk mess about Meghan. And Nana and her raggedy wigs are running in there like, yes, I'm the black friend. There is no way that they will let Sophie on there to take on that role. Never going to happen. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you, YM Droid. Anybody else?
who is here for Squaddy Comedy Hour with YM Droid headlining? Because
hey Rohini, I missed you on the last couple of lives, so I just want to say, hey Rohini.
I'm like, when YM Joy talking about Dr. Pepper, I am like, didn't they used to put cocaine in Dr. Pepper?
They're putting something in it.
That came to my mind. I'm like, oh my God, YM Joy, why are you like this?
I don't know. I'm an only child. I'll blame it on that. But
you're gonna headline. You're gonna headline.
Yeah. Sophie's doctorate is from the same school as Dr. Pepper. That's all you need to know.
School way back when they used to put that in it. When they did, because she's delusional. Because I agree with Lauren, she's not sophisticated. I think she's running scared. And the fact that Harry, because we noticed she hasn't said anything after Harry said, yeah, okay, I welcome the investigation. Right? He said, I welcome the investigation. She's running scared. I think she's a crook. That's my opinion. Right? And she's running terrified. So what do? You go to the courts of public opinion. You remember when what was the lady named Lacey Peterson? When she was missing and her husband was on crying, and he had to real squint his eye hard for some tears to come out. This is what she's doing. This is what she's doing. But she realized she forgot one thing, that you are a black woman. So they're going to scrutinize you really hard. You don't get to cry, sweetie. Like, I think you forgot that. You don't get to cry, and they're not going to look too closely. And they are looking closely, and they're realizing, maybe the story don't really add up. Because let's be realistic, if she was white, they would not have looked so closely. They'd have called us out like the squad is being mean to her and stuff. But but they are looking, and they're realizing that she isn't telling the entire truth, and they're kind of trying to protect themselves, because like I said, the information making it look like if she might have some criminal intent, right? So if she does that, then they're going to look like they have egg on their faces, so they have to try to slowly ease their hand out of the lion's mouth. But she's a crook. I'm done. She's a crook. You guys, Squaddy Hooks double up sale is still going on until Easter Sunday. Get yours. Have a good day. Bye, Anne.
Those are
Bye,
really
Squaddy.
beautiful creations, by the way.
Yeah, very beautiful. I think that's actually a very good point that I just wanted to touch on that you made, Rahini, about the press are actually protecting themselves. It's not so much that they're calling her out, they're protecting themselves. Okay, anybody else wanna? Lauren, you came back in. Was there something else you wanted to say?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to like accost YM Droid and say you have no right talking about that wig. She worked real hard for that wig. Let it be. Let it be.
Listen, that wig has no business being that dry, and that's a fire hazard. That woman walks around on a daily basis under those hot studio lights with that dry wig, just waiting to catch the whole thing on fire. Like seriously, one day
fire waiting to happen, huh?
Oh, that entire studio. I'm in Chicago. We know about the great fires. So I'm just saying, I peeped that early on. I'm like, that woman is a walking fire hazard, or a sitting fire hazard most of the time when she's going on there. And Prince Harry going on there scowling and stuff, and that wig is getting itchy and restless, and it's getting all fired up. And I'm telling you, one day those lights are going to be too hot. That wig is going to be too dry, and GB News is going to go up in flames. And at this point, I think they may as well burn it down for the insurance money. But I'm just saying, I think that's kind of where it's going to start.
So
that dry wig.
Nana's going to be the end of it. It's going to be her for sure.
Tell us how you feel. Tell us how you feel.
Listen, that wig is aggressively dry. It is aggressively dry and offensive. And it's time that we call it out.
The next thing, maybe they're. Listen, when Meghan comes out with a hair care line, it's gonna really, bless a lot of people.
Well, she's given her stamp of approval to I think it's the boho lady. Hippie highbrow. Highbrow hippie lady.
We will fundraise to send Nana some hippie highbrow oil if she hasn't already bought it already. All right, folks.
Yeah, no, listen, Ash, that's where that wig needs to go. That is the natural evolution.
I'm leaving you. You are gonna make me fall off my chair. Bye. Thank you, Anne.
I'll stop clowning.
YM Droid has just been waiting to let that out.
Yes.
Tell us how you know that Nana does have a man though.
Listen, I hope he's a firefighter to rescue her for whenever that thing sitting on top of her head decides to finally come to the end of the road. Although we've come to the end of the road. That's what it's going to say as it shuffles off into a caravan. Okay, I'm a mess. That's all right. It's getting late for me. I know I'm getting saucy over here, but that's okay. Thank you for letting me up.
No, always a pleasure, YM Droid. You have a gorgeous voice. You can sing at Nana and her gangster's wedding, I'm sure. All right, folks. I wanted to have a call in today and have some fun. And I think we've had plenty of fun. Over 1,000 of you in the chat. We've talked and we've talked. It is past 1 a.m. here in the UK. My God, and I've actually got to go out somewhere tomorrow. So I should be in bed. But no, thank you, everyone. Always love these call-ins and these chats. We should have more of them when I've got the energy to do them. Listen, this whole Sophie Chandauka thing is going to come to an end. I feel like half of the truth has actually already come out. It's just like now it's just the lawyers need to do their jobs. Citizen lawyers and investigators on these internet streets have already done their jobs. We do it a lot faster, and now the actual lawyers just need to come in. That's all, really. All right, folks, let's dance our way out. Thank you as always. Love you all, and yep, podcast tomorrow or today UK time. Can't wait for it. Ciao.
La noche se acabó, pero tengo otra vez contigo. Le doy gracias a Dios, siempre pasándolo contigo en la playa, devorarte como el sol de la mañana, viajando todo el día sin drama, solo tú y yo, un día bonito lleno de alcohol, tomar un shot por ti, un shot para mí, un shot. Me fui de vacaciones, baby, me perdí, buscando el sabor que encontré en ti. Canela con dolor de Bacardi, lo sentí, baby, me tiene desenfocado, viendo doble, bien borracho, demasiado jodido. Contigo, pasándolo contigo en la playa, devorarte como el sol de la mañana, viajando todo el día sin drama. Tú y yo, un día bonito lleno de alcohol, tomar un shot por ti, un shot para mí, un shot. Un día bonito lleno de alcohol, tomar un shot por ti, un shot para mí, un shot. Un día bonito, bonito, un día bonito, bonito, pasándolo contigo en la playa, devorarte como el sol de la mañana, viajando todo el día sin drama, solo tú y yo, un día bonito.